Okay, in this tutorial video we're going to cover making a simple pallet for holding 4 parts to perform a third op on these parts. That way we're not doing multiple tool changes per part, we get it down to about one tool change per part. So to start off, modeled out a block, it's 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters, and I've modeled in a reference for where the round locating pin on the anchor point will go. I then threw some chamfers on quickly, and then I started bringing in some components. I brought in my 2 components that I want to build the fixture around. For now, I've just left them where they are. I'm going to turn them off quickly, and then I brought in these guys, which then got jointed in place. These are negative volumes for a MightyBite Uniforce clamp. Specifically the 500 size uses an M4 screw. Positioned them using a joint, and this was just done trial and error, and I then boolean subtracted them from my base stock, so it leaves a cutout with everything it needs to be machined, clearances and everything for those clamps. I then started to joint in my parts, so they are just connected with a joint there and brought up a little bit. I only need the part to be in there by like 5 millimeters or so that way you're not machining away your whole pallet. So I pulled those in. I then extruded a center hole, so I have a reference for the middle of the pallet, because I'm going to use a circular pattern to position another 2 of those units on the other end. And then I used a sketch and I cut out a pocket. In this case, I just cut out a square pocket, and then in the next, I cut out the square pocket, and then I had this funny little lip left over, so we just removed that as well. And then I bunny it out, or rabbited out the corners, and then lastly I added some text for an engraving. So these parts have got a counterboard one and a threaded one, and I wanted the counterboards facing out towards the CB, just that way I know which ones go where. The M3 holes are slightly off center. We then hop over into manufacturing. Okay, so Fusion says this is going to take just over 10 minutes to machine. To start off, we faced off the material to bring our pallet down to a known thickness. This is all programmed off, in my case, G57, off of that, the center of that bore, which is the locating pin on the anchor point. We then zip around the side and just remove the excess material, come around with the 12mm end mill to just clean it up, and then I used a 6mm end mill to just rough everything out, an adaptive clear, and then I then drilled the holes into the mounting, into the threaded sections for the Uniforces, went around, did some chamfers, and then I engraved the text on the top. Then onto programming the actual part. So to program the part, we've selected the components as the 4 bodies, and I said stock, no relative size stock, no additional, and then I set my same position there, in this case offset 4, G57. Then went through, sensor drilled them, drilled 3.2 for the M4 holes, 2.5 for the M3 holes, and then we thread milled the holes finished, and then that makes it super easy to run 2 sets of these parts off every time I hit cycle start, and it's a quick and easy way to quickly set the job up instead of running them one off in soft jaws. Thank you for watching.